Ahoy! Brimstone Sands is playable as of today for everyone who has the test server, which you can just download on Steam. And with that, there are a few other things that are not in the patch notes, that are not mentioned anywhere yet, that people have already found. So I wanted to quickly talk about that because I think there's some really cool stuff. Now, the general stuff is what has already been announced. You have Brimstone Sands itself. Then you have whatever comes with that zone. You have the new expedition. You have the hard gem abilities, the rune glass gems as well, which are not mentioned here. The new starting experience, which was already on PTR, and the Greatsword. But beyond that, there are changes that are listed. Well, not here. This is just an overview. Actually, there's a little bit here as well. We have the Night Vale Hallow seasonal world event, and that's actually a new Halloween event or a different Halloween theme. I think the last one was basically just skins because they couldn't finish it in time, but now we're gonna have a lot more. So we have these changes here, this long list, and most of these are, well, bug fixes, minor things, not really worth talking about, just audio stuff and so on. But there are some things specifically that I thought were interesting. The first one is this. The note here is reduced hearty buff from 50% to 25% increase in health per player feedback. I am really confused about this because I can't tell which buff this is referring to. You have the hearty on ringed, which is not a buff and is related to stamina, and you have the hail and hearty buff from towns, which gives you an extra 10% health. So this seems to be a different buff, and I was able to find it on the PTR. There's apparently two versions on it, like in the database, in the New World database. But I don't know what this is referring to. If anyone has any clue what this is actually about, maybe it's something obvious and I'm just missing it, let me know. But, well, it seems to be a very significant decrease on what this is. I don't know what gave a 50% increase in player health before. And then another thing that is really, really cool is that they have basically overhauled the crafting experience in multiple ways. So crafted named items had their required trade skills reduced, with tier 2 now requiring level 1, tier 3 requiring level 50, and tier 4 requiring level 100. Meaning you can use the crafted items, which typically give more XP, but also require more expensive resources to level up as you go, basically, and don't unlock them like throughout the progression between those 50 points each. We're not going to be that useful on its own, but then there's the second part, which makes this more interesting. They've added a first craft trade skill XP bonus that takes effect the first time you craft a particular item. So what they want to do is have people craft a variety of different items rather than spamming the same one over and over. So you get a double XP bonus for the first craft of any item that you do. This will definitely be great because it effectively means that you won't have the resources you need because you'll probably still hit a barrier at some point where you're running out of different things that you can craft, but you will significantly cut down maybe like the first 10 points or so of every 50 craft skill that you're reaching. And that's where the other part with the named items comes in. So you can basically craft the normal version once, and then you craft the named version of a weapon once that will give you doubled XP on each of them. I don't think this is gonna like take away from certain professions still benefiting very much from doing one thing over and over, because some things just sell better, some things are just cheaper to make than others, and that's not gonna go away. But overall, I like this variety that they're introducing here, and there will also be like a chevron icon on the crafting selection to know that you haven't crafted this yet. So if you are planning to level something up before Brimstone, then maybe consider just getting the resources and then holding onto it until Brimstone comes out and then doing the crafting, because then you will get the, well, not only the bonus XP, but also potentially better gear because you get some new perks or something. But then we have even more. This is in-game now. Apparently this was already on the first version of PTR. Somebody claimed that, but somebody posted this on Reddit saying that this is a message they got when leaving a company. The company war cooldown here is 3 days. While this cooldown is active, you will only be able to fight as a mercenary in any defense wars led by the company you join next. So you can't actually join on an attack war. And also, company war vanguard or vanguard contribution cooldown, 3 days. While the cooldown is active, you will be able to earn influence for your faction by completing PvP missions. So that's as usual. But the influence you earn will not go towards your new company's selection as the war vanguard. So basically, your influence will not contribute to the company influence that's pushing the territory, and your company has to reach, 10, 15%, whatever it was, without you, in order to put in a war claim, a war declaration claim. So yeah, if you move a massive amount of people from one company to the other very quickly, they basically can't declare war on anyone. There have to be enough people in that company already that can push, that have been in the company for more than 3 days. So that is very cool as well. And that makes me think that they're generally going to introduce the war/shell company changes with this update, which I'm very, very happy about. So we'll see about the rest. But then, last but not least, there's also something that gets a little bit of a spoiler warning. If you completely want to go into this stuff blind, then thanks for watching. But before I let you off, I will say that I will be streaming on Twitch after this if everyone works out. So twitch.tv/DukeSloth. I will be streaming Brimstone. So if you want to see that, if you don't want to download the client yourself, then feel free to hop in there. Links in the description. But now for that last thing, spoilers. Again, last chance to click away. There is a new boss of sorts from the Halloween event. And apparently, people are saying this boss is very difficult to do. And they had 30 people there, and they were, well, I don't know if they were struggling with it, but either way, it felt like a mini raid boss, basically. So I don't know if this is more of a Reekwater situation, where in the beginning people were kind of just doing the elite areas up there as raids, for especially the bear, because it was just relatively hard to do as a 5-man if you didn't know what you're doing. Or if this is actually meant as a full-on raid boss. But either way, I think it's a nice taste of what is potentially to come. So yeah, I think we can look forward to that. I will test how much he hurts on the PTR myself, and then we'll see more about how this guy works. For now, that is all that we know. So I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one later, or hopefully for the Twitch stream, if it works out. DukeSloth, out.